computer. My face is all like red. I don't know what's going on with the computer or with the. Okay.
It's looking good.
When I went to Ontario, that's when my daughter, she spilled a water bottle on my computer and we fried my MacBook.
Ew.
Okay. I know. You can see my screen?
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, today we're going to go over websites, how to create one, how to edit one. And there's even a new like AI feature if you want to like one click have a website created. So on the left-hand sidebar, you'll go down to where it says sites. And from here, there's a couple, this confuses people, funnels and websites. Funnels is picture like 1 or 2, 3, it's kind of steps. Like picture a webinar registration would be step 1. A thank you page would be step 2 after they registered. And then the webinar would be step 3. That's an example of a funnel. Another example of that is like a checkout sequence. Like when you bought My Broker Pro, you probably went through a funnel where it was like purchase, put your order information in, the next step's a thank you. And so that's a funnel, okay? We have some pre-created ones for you guys for the webinars and the blogs. We actually decided to put them in a funnel just to have lots of pages there. But if you're looking to create a funnel, which is very similar to a website, but just picture a shorter version, to the point, think registration, think checkout, think consultation page, that kind of stuff. So you have 3 options from blank, which would be building from scratch. And then you have Funnel AI, which is kind of in beta mode. I tested it the other day. It's pretty cool. I'll show you guys that more on the websites, I think. And then from templates. And the templates in the funnels and the websites are slightly different because, as I mentioned, a funnel is usually shorter. So this is actually a really, really good use case of a funnel. So where I went here is I went to the templates, and now you can see there's hundreds, if not thousands, of pre-created websites. You can go through, find one that you like, disregard the type of website or funnel that it is, and disregard the colors because you can change all that. So what I say is like, look for something, scroll through it, look for something that catches your eye, because if it catches your eye compared to all these other sites that are there, it'll likely capture your audience's attention as well. So see here, this one here has like a timer when it loads. So this one says, act fast, your discount ends soon. So picture like a Black Friday sale, all that. Those are usually funnels. And this one I quite like. Anything that has video. You've probably been sucked into one of these on Facebook before. You click on something and all of a sudden it goes to a video and they want you to pay for something. That's a funnel. So those are great use cases if maybe you have a pre-recorded webinar or something that you want to send to your realtors. This is an awesome way to do it because they're built in a way that the brain will watch the video and then action. It's very simple. Okay, so I won't show you how to edit it in here, but as soon as you decide you like one, you basically just hit continue, and then from there you can edit it. But I will show you more in the websites. So now a website, what differs from a website, picture lots of pages. Instead of it being a step where I said like, you know, registration, thank you, checkout, that kind of stuff. A website is what we're all familiar with multiple pages, sometimes hundreds of pages, but in most cases, you know, something like 15. So if you're with My Broker Pro, we've got 2 in here. One of these is a link in bio, which it's just one page, and it's for you to use on your Instagram. So when you get onboarded, you can use, it should be your website, let's say yourwebsite.ca/link-in-bio is usually what it is, but I'll show you where to find it. And again, you can edit the colors here. I'll show you more how to do that on the website. But then at least this is, a lot of people use Linktree for this in their Instagrams or TikTok or anything like that. But we've created a page in here so it allows you to have it in one spot versus having multiple subscriptions. And then the broker website. So there's a couple ways to get into the broker website. I'm just going to move you over here. You can click right into here, see how the color changes, or there's the 3 dots as well. So you can clone a website, make folders, share the website, all sorts of stuff. But for the purpose of today, we're just going to click in the website we've already created for you. Now, when you get onboarded with us, you typically get this website, and we actually rebrand it to you. So all the colors, everything changes to you, and it's not My Broker Pro anymore. We update your call to action link so that it's your, Finmo or Velocity link, whatever it is that you use, and your meeting links and everything like that. So Gabby, you've probably seen yours at this point. So if you're looking to see what this looks like, you can visit the URL here, but there's lots of cool things here too. Stats. This is a demo website, but how many people have visited your website, which pages, so you really can look into the analytics of your website, which is super important because that's how we get our clients. Recently, I had somebody who paid big bucks to get a custom website from somebody else, and they actually admitted that our website works better because it's simpler. It has simpler call to actions to get the people to actually fill out an application or book an appointment. So these are the pages here, and you can add new pages. You can delete pages with the 3 little dots. If there's a page you like and you want something similar, you can clone a page, which is essentially just duplicating. But for the purpose of looking at it, I'll show you here. This is probably what you're familiar with seeing, but in different colors for your website. So we update all of this for you. We can put your Google reviews here if you want. And then every contact page, the chat widget in the corner, and the booking appointments, everything leads back to your CRM. So as soon as you get a new lead on your website, you go to your opportunities section where your pipelines are, and your new lead will be housed in that new stage, the first stage, right? And if your automations are turned on, they'll get all the thank you for submitting, to the website. Here's my application link. Here's my booking link and everything like that. So easy, simple call to actions. Some people are like, why is it so simple, like Vancouver Mortgage Broker? You really, when you're building a website, have to think of what people are actually going to type into Google. And the first sentence here is the most important because it's called heading 1. And the heading 1 is really good for SEO purposes. So what do people type in? They type Vancouver Mortgage Broker. They type Toronto Mortgage Broker Toronto, that kind of stuff, right? Private loans, Toronto. So think of what your target audience is typing into Google. You can even do Google searches to figure out what the top keywords are. And that is pretty much what you should have as your heading 1. A lot of people get carried away and have their tagline here, which is, helping homeowners with their dream goals and something that's a little bit fancier. Nobody types that into Google, so it's not really helping you. If you want to have a tagline somewhere else in your website, that like maybe your about page, that's probably a better place for it. But as you can see here, we've pre-built the consultation page for you, linked to your our version of like Calendly, right? But you can, if you don't have a website with us and you still want to utilize the forms and the chat widget and the calendar features or even the Google reviews, you can do that. We can embed it into other ones. But to edit this one, because this one's pre-built for you, let's say we've already changed the colors and all that stuff for you, but you really don't want it to say Vancouver Mortgage Broker, or you don't want it to, you want it to say something else or different colors or something. Then you would go into the edit button. And now when you're looking at a builder, it always looks a little funny. So you could see now the logo's kind of gone away. You can see spaces to add elements because this is the builder. It's not what the actual website really looks like anymore. It's pretty close. But if you're looking to see, okay, I made some changes, you can hit this little eyeball and look at your changes again. Okay, so you can see now my logos came back and the text has came back and whatnot. But if you wanted to change something like this to Toronto Mortgage Agent, then you simply just click on it and change it. So it's really easy, user-friendly to do. What did I do here? And yeah, really, really simple to change. This location, city, custom values, we use that to update your guys' websites really quickly. So it means nothing to you, but essentially for me, it means that account is in Vancouver. So it just changes it. So you're more than welcome to keep it or change it to your liking. You can change these. So when you click on the buttons, you can see here the color you can change. You know, if you want it to be orange, I'll put it back to purple. If you scroll down, you can see here the link. So the link here, again, we collect this for you and update it. But if you wanted to change where this goes, you can update the URL. You can update what the button says, all sorts of stuff. The image, if you want to change that, you would simply go to here and pick a new image. Okay, so it has its own like media storage, but you can pretty much change anything on here. You can add new sections. If you go like the little plus sign, you can say, I want to add a whole new column, or maybe you wanted to have multiple columns. What this means, these columns here, let's say this 4, that's kind of like this here. See how there's 4 boxes? So that's an example of what these columns represent. Do you want it to take the span of the whole page? Do you want the page to be split up in 2? Or in this case, like the blogs apply now is 4, right? So you can kind of build, there's elements in here, headings, text, bullet points, buttons, blog post, all sorts of things. Image sliders, you can embed videos. I love the frequently asked questions, which we have a page for that. I think anyway, services. Yeah, so under services, there is, I like these drop downs. I think they're quite pretty. So that's an example of one of the elements, right? So add element, and you can add a map, a countdown timer, progress bar, all sorts of things really. So you can go through these and see which one you prefer. But the example, this frequently asked questions is this. It's kind of a drop down menu that the person on your website can navigate to toggle on and off and look at the frequently asked questions in a really pretty way. And it's good to have FAQs because people type in these questions. What is a pre-qualification? How much do I need for a down payment? What if I don't qualify for the home I want? You got to picture whoever's, these are questions they type into Google. That's why these are all questions versus like, you know, just saying cosigner. What is a cosigner? Because that improves your likelihood of getting noticed. Adding your city throughout also really, really helps. Okay, so this is the one we create for you. And now you've seen how really easy it is to edit. Like I said, you can pick the color here and you can update the background color. You can change the size of things. And then if all else fails, you can message us and we can help you. So going back, this is the one we created for you. But now, sorry, my demo account here. Let's create a new one. So we'll go new website and then we'll do from templates. Okay, this one doesn't have the AI feature, so I'll show you guys that after because it's pretty cool. And then when you go into the templates now, you could pick the type of, you know, category and it will bring you to more finance ones. But like I mentioned, try not to pick by category because you can change everything, right? I think pick by layout is better. For example, I quite like this layout, this Thrive Business Coaching one. It keeps getting my attention every time I show people the websites. So now you can see what it looks like here. I think that has a really nice format. I like the layout. I like that it has a spot for a video. So I would go ahead and go continue. Now you can see that it's adding the template to my account. Just finalizing the layout, it says. Okay, now it's opening it for us because it wants us to edit it now. So this is where you would go and you can click on the logo and you can scroll down and update the logo here. So now you can really start to make it your own. You can change the schedule consultation and see here it goes to go to page book a call. So that's saying it just navigates to a new page. Or you can just go to website URL. Maybe you want it to go to your Calendly, right? So you change it to go to website URL, and then you would add your Calendly link into there. So that's an option as well. You know, maybe you like this color, but you want the background to be bright blue. But so you can go ahead and change a lot of the colors and look of your website really easily. You like this, instead you want to go maybe yellow, right? So you can really update the look of your website super quick and easy. You don't have to be like a pro at any of this stuff. It's really easy to navigate and to change. So if you want to change the letter in this, so you do, you know, home financing solutions, then you can change the schedule consultation to yours. So you'd go through the website and you would pick the colors and the things that you want to change. You can add your video here. So I encourage a video because actually Google rewards you for having video content on your website. But you can click here and you can see this. You have a couple options: YouTube, Vimeo, custom embed. You can upload a video to like My Broker Pro and host it here too. But if you have a YouTube video, you can just put the link and you can put autoplay and then go from there. It's a great way to just introduce yourself, move forward. So what's nice about our platform is you can have unlimited websites. So obviously most people have one website, but I was talking to somebody recently who has kind of specialized in like a niche. So they wanted a specific website for that niche. Okay, so when I hit update here, you notice that it said update SEO meta, and that's just to help you. It's up here. So there's a couple things up here we'll go through, but this one's really important. This is the preview of that page. So you probably notice when I share my calendar link or when I share my website, there's typically a preview here. And that's because this is where you would put that, where you want it to say like Sarah's, oh, okay, my keyboard's in French, Sarah's calendar. And then you'd put a short description, book a call with me here. See how it's updating here? It's giving you a preview of what it's going to look like when you share that link with somebody. And then very important to put an image. I don't know if I've got any, let's see, demo content in here. There you go. Put an image here. And now you can see it's changed. Sarah's calendar, book a call with me here. And that's really important to do that on most pages. I'd suggest to even put, like, if you do Sarah's calendar and then you put Kamloops mortgage broker, that will help with your SEO as well. So that's one thing we've added. If your website's with us, we've added a generic picture and a generic title here, but it is a good idea to go in and update them so that, you know, it looks more like you. Pages here helps you quickly navigate to all the pages in this website that you just imported. So now we can go to services and you just do the same on every page. Change the colors, change the words. You've got blogs in here. Of course, you can put blogs in and let them live here forever, or you can update it frequently and then that section will update. This is quite a pretty website. I like it. And then book a call. This is important. Once you have a calendar, you can go and pick the calendar you want. And this is very similar to Calendly. So now instead, I definitely recommend having a calendar page on your website. And the biggest reason why is because when you guys are giving them your Calendly link or something else to book an appointment, you're now not sending them to your website. And that's important because you want people to land on your website. A lot of people are like, my website doesn't generate leads. And it's like, no, you're sending them everywhere else. You're sending them to Calendly. You're sending them to your application link. You're sending them direct to the source, but you should have that information on your website. So instead, if you've ever booked a meeting with me, you notice that it's mybrokerpro.ca/meet with Sarah. That way, every time you guys book an appointment with me, it counts as a visit on my website. And to me, that's very important. So it should be to you too, because it increases your rankings. It helps you get found, all sorts of things, right? And it gets them to the source. Some people who are using our website can attest that they've had people fill out an application, or sorry, inquire, get the email that sends them to say, here, if you're ready, you can fill out an application and book a call without them even talking to them, right? So that's super a great way to utilize a website properly. So if you're not getting leads from your website, it likely has to do with the design of your website and what is in it. So you have to start sending people there is very important. And then of course a thank you page. So after they're done booking an appointment, it would send them to a thank you page. Okay. Everything when these websites, usually, you know, when you click on the logo, it will go back to the home page. They usually flow really nice together. You can add different pages as well so that you can access more pages. Maybe you want to have a referral page. Maybe you want to have a refinance page. You can really get into the nitty gritty with your pages, or even location pages are great as well. And then tracking code is for those who, let's say they're running ads or they want to see what's going on with the visits on their website. As I mentioned, if your website's with us, I showed you the tracking at the beginning. However, you can, maybe you want to track your Google Analytics or something like that. Custom coding is custom CSS. That's if you want to get fancy and add some custom coding, maybe some calculators and stuff to your website. Typography, this will change all the text, like what font it is, through your whole website. So that's actually a really nice way, like to change the entire thing. You don't have a ton of options, but you have most of the Google fonts, which is good. So you'd have to, if you use Canva, you'd have to figure out what Canva font you have matches a Google font the most. And then you can update that and really change the look of your website. And the link is more like when somebody clicks, you know, when you have a URL in an email and it's a different color, you can change that to match your brand, which is super important. Background, you can have background images and background colors, but in this case, the website has lots of different features, doesn't really need that. Pop-up settings is to have a pop-up form. So I think that's a great way to capture the audience's attention before they leave somewhere. And so yeah, you can add a form here, you can add a video here, you can add pretty much anything. So I would recommend either a form to say like, hey, before you go, let's connect, or your meeting link. I believe our website is a mixture of both because every page can have a different pop-up setting. So I think calendar is usually the best because it prompts them to book a meeting. If not, having a form is another great way to capture somebody before they go. And that is cookie consents in there. That is pretty much it. So before you're done your website, the most important thing you want to do is check the mobile view. Majority of our customers use mobile view. So you want to make sure your website looks really nice on mobile. So there's a couple, this one doesn't look too bad. I'd probably center some of the buttons, but yeah, it gets down to what your preference is. See, like this logo for me, to me, that should be, you know, centered. And you can see here that I could pick if it's centered on the little computer or the phone. I'm more of a centered kind of gal. Like I think this should be centered. This should, so you can notice that on the websites we build. Same with these, right? I think it would look prettier if the photo was in the middle, but again, personal preference. So you always, always, always want to check every single page in mobile view. So typically what we do is we build a whole website in desktop view. And when we're done, everything that we like, the colors, the buttons, everything like that, our final test is typically the mobile view. So then we're not making changes on both sides. Okay, so before we finish with that, I just want to show you guys a really cool feature with the AI builder, and then we'll be done. But the AI builder is really cool because you can actually build a website in like 30 seconds. So let me just delete this. And then if we go to funnels and you go new funnel, so this new funnel AI feature, which is super cool. And then name of your business, mortgage broker, Toronto, select industry. I would say it's probably finance consultant. I wonder if there's mortgage in here. Mortgage broker. There you go. Okay, so you get 5 out of 5 free funnel generations, and then you'll be charged 99 cents after that. So there's a fee, but depends on what you want. I'm looking for a funnel for my mortgage broker business to generate more leads, and the content should be friendly. I would say professional. So you can see there's different things here. And then we're going to do generate. And now it's just going to work through generating the pages for you. I tested it not long ago, and honestly, it was okay. For those, like if you're like intimidated by creating a website, which hopefully you aren't, and seeing it is rather user friendly, it is a great way to get a website super quick. However, I found it to be a little bit on the basic side compared to the website template I just showed you, which I thought was quite pretty. To me, the content ended up being a little bit more simple. So almost done here, 70%. Did you learn something new, Gabby? Always?
Always something new, but I'm with my broker pro, and I love it. The website, it's beautiful, like that you guys created, nice and sleek, and it's perfect.
Yeah, honestly, I copied a layout that I love creeping on other people's branding. Like I like to look at big companies that have good branding, like picture like Rocket Mortgage in the States, like things like that, where I'm like, they've paid people hundreds of thousands of dollars for that website and you know it, right? So I kind of go through those and I go, hey, this layout looks really nice and it functions well. So that's where people get carried away and they want like a really pretty website, which is fine, but users don't want to click through your website. They don't want to find stuff. They want the answer right in front of them when they land. So there's a few things you want. You want like, how do they get a hold of you? And how do they start an application? That is pretty much it. I really like the Finmo application for that. It's very simple. You open up the Finmo application and it's like user friendly. It's like start here, do that. Anyways, so you can see here it generated your funnel for you in a couple, 30 seconds to a minute, really user friendly. And now you can go through and change the colors, change the photos. I would definitely recommend. But at least it got you halfway there, right? It filled out all the mortgage stuff for you. First-time home buyers, refinance your mortgage. Like it's pretty, renewals and lender switches. Like you saw me put the prompt in, Gabby. It wasn't that extensive. So it did a pretty good job at doing some categories. And the testimonials are awesome, but you can actually add, let me show you a cool way to, let's add a section here. So let's do full width, and then let's do add a row. And what I'm doing here is I'm going to show you how to add your actual Google reviews. So I went add element and it opened this up, and now we're looking for Google reviews. And if your Google reviews is hooked up, it will pop up here. It looks a little funny in the builder, but if we go to the view page, and you can change the look of it too. So it's got the nice, like drop down text and stuff. Obviously these images aren't super relevant, but you can change those. Oh, I didn't save it. So, and then it's got the pop-up, which is nice as well. Save. Not really showing me my widget. What did I do wrong here? There it is. Okay, so these are my Google reviews, right? So you can see this is what I call static Google reviews. And in other words, kind of like fake Google reviews. You can update them to be actual Google reviews, and at least the look of it's pretty. Unlikely that somebody's going to give you their photo for you to change that. So you could remove those if not. And then this could go to your Google review, but this looks a lot better. If you have Google reviews, and you can remove this powered by My Broker Pro, which I recommend. And then that way it will go through your actual Google reviews. And there's a couple different widget options to change the look of this as well. There's one that's a little bit more bubbly that I quite like. So again, yeah, so that's kind of 3 ways to build a website from scratch, use a template, and then AI. So that is that. And Gabby, because you have a front row seat, any questions?
No, I am good. Thank you.
Perfect. Your website's built, so you don't really have much to do you? But now I'm going to go delete this. AI sure makes things easy these days, hey?
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah. There's some cool, I'm going to stop the recording so I can send this to Buddy. Let me just see. Usually nobody has questions on Instagram. Any questions on Instagram, my fellow followers? Okay, we'll see you guys soon. Don't hesitate to reach out. Bye. You can stay, Gabby. I'm just saying goodbye to Instagram. Yeah, there's some cool features coming out. There's one called a AI agent. And the AI agent actually, right now, it can take intake phone calls